I'm inside the store I used to work at, which is a Goodwill in McDonough, Georgia. And on my other channel, I did videos, No Good in Goodwill. Also wrote a blog on my website, straightfromthepen.com, about there's no good in Goodwill. And this right here is one of the reasons why I say that. Notice this item here. It was sold for $2 previously. This is the Goodwill price, $3.09. So they're charging something that they got free. They're charging $1.09 more, 50% more than what it sold for originally. They're garbage. And that is one example. These here, they was originally sold for $5.99 at a clearance sale. So now at Goodwill, you can buy it for $4.99. And keep in mind, that is a used item that somebody's opened. They may have carried it back because it's defective. And Goodwill's getting it free, and then they turn around charging customers, what should be at least half that price. They charge maximum, so they increase their company profits. I still have friends that work here, and a lot of them, they've cut their hours because they can't reach the production goals. And this is the garbage in Goodwill. It starts at the top. The new CEO, he continues to raise the bar. So when the managers reach one goal, then he increases it higher so that they make more company profits. And I worked here for 5 years. I know the way it works. They continue to raise the bar until they create failure. Then when the managers fail to meet those goals, they use that as justification not to give them bonuses. And they continue to raise the bar, so now they're cutting the employees' hours who was already struggling to pay their bills because Goodwill's not a good paying company. And if you think about it, some of the things they do, it just don't make sense. If you can't meet production goals, and the real reason is because the management, they don't hire enough people to do the job. And then you have some idiot sitting up at the top who continues to raise the bar to create the failure. Then they cut the employees' hours who are dependent on this salary to be able to survive. Am I the only one, or does that just not make sense? And the sad part is they're still allowed to use that name. And if you look up the definition of Goodwill, it's debatable. But the debate, it really couldn't go very far if you really look at, what Goodwill means. And, when you have a corporation that is taking advantage of their employees and the customers because of their corporate greed, there is no good in that. So yes, they have taken the good out of Goodwill. And let me make a correction. I said the new CEO, he's not new. But he's been there for several years, but he came from MARTA and he did the same thing, run them into the ground, took advantage of all the people that uses the services and stuff, so he makes more profit. And one of the big deceptions is, people think that it's a nonprofit organization, and that's only true in part. A certain percentage of the company is nonprofit, but if you come inside these stores, if you donate, you're donating to the retail part. That's why they're always trying to drive and increase profits. Yeah, there's no good in Goodwill. And I know because this video is so long that most people, they're not going to watch it all the way through. It's not going to be a real popular one, but hey, I've got to speak out for my friends, and then for what I know. And I used to tell people, don't donate to Goodwill, carry it to a church, to like a battered women's shelter, or somewhere where they might actually get use out of it. And they're not going to take advantage of the people who come into the store to shop, or to be able to come there looking for a deal and they can't find one. And let me make a correction. You can find good deals in here sometimes. So, yeah, you get lucky. But, yeah, a blind hog finds acorn occasionally. Overall, really the best thing to buy in Goodwill is the clothes. Well, those are usually the best values. And certain days that they have, they do have, decent deals, like maybe a 99-cent day for a certain tag or something for items that wouldn't sell. But yeah, me personally though, because of the corporate greed, and I wouldn't think about donating to Goodwill. Thanks for watching.